Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and this video is going to be a little bit different, because it's a rant. A rant on Diablo Immortals. Seriously, what the hell just happened? Now, I'm not someone who is a Diablo regular player, regular fan. It is a game that I used to play when I was much younger, way back in Russia. I would just mess around with the game because my cousin was a fan of Blizzard games. He played StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 1, he had everything. So I was introduced to Blizzard games pretty early on, but I never really got around to getting really into the meat and bones up until about Mists of Pandaria after the move to US, after I got into like, what, high school? Actually, the first expansion was Cataclysm, but then it was quickly into Mists of Pandaria because it was like the last few patches or whatever. So that's my extensive history with Blizzard games, and I've been playing a while since. I tried Warcraft 3, I played it with friends, but the action RPG style is just not for me. It's just not something I'm into. My mice break so easily, I was afraid that left clicking or right clicking as much as you have to in that game, I'm just gonna break and go through my mice more than I already do. So I've never really had enough people to play the game with. But I knew that the community and the hype for Diablo, it's a house name, it's actually a popular name out of all the Blizzard games. So let's talk about everything that is wrong with it. First of all, they came in trying to announce it, and I felt like the guy was already trying to sell something to investors. It didn't feel like he was talking to the audience, but rather trying to sell a product using big boy words to investors. That's already the first thing that set me off. And then the cutscene began, and looking great and wonderful, and then it came out that it's on the phone. And when he listened to the guy talk, trying to stumble through the rest of his lines, you could just tell that he wasn't feeling comfortable. I'm pretty sure he looked back at the crowd, saw the lack of reaction, or at least the reaction that he wanted to see, and it made his job that much harder. That is where it all began. Then the Q&A session happened, and I felt like it was kind of like the devil and the angel on both of your shoulders type of event. First guy in a red shirt, I will mark him as the devil, came out and asked the question that everybody who's upset with this announcement thought.
Just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience on mobile, which everybody will get to play, and hopefully which will bring new heroes to Sanctuary, as well as welcoming our community back into it, and something we're very excited about.
I should say we're super game. Everyone at Blizzard is game.
And then the second guy that's getting highlighted by everybody in the mother asked a question that was more or less reasonable. He'll be the angel, because, you know, Diablo, angels or demons, it's perfect, it works. He asked the question,
I've been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have
Everyone's got a
phones,
phone.
right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Yes, it's also on the Switch, you're right.
and they got booed for it, which is the proper reaction. First of all, why are you making a game on a phone when you have so many people that are dedicated to your game that are willing to go make PCs, buy PCs and laptops that can play your games? You've done all the other Diablo games on PC. You've expanded to consoles. Consoles is fine as well. But why on a phone all of a sudden? Just imagine if you were making games for one platform over and over and over and over and over. Let's say you were Xbox for the longest, and you decided, I'm just gonna make it on Sony now. If you want to play it, you gotta buy a whole nother console. It just doesn't make sense. It's not fun. And first of all, why phones? When you have functional PCs that can reach like great frames, you have mouse and keyboard that give you all the control, but why would you limit it to a phone screen and touchpads on phone? I don't understand. The real purpose of the phones is to reach the Asian market. In Asia, a lot more people use phones for gaming. I don't really know that many people in US that do that all that often, or let alone EU for that matter. I mean, from time to time, I'll play Hearthstone when I'm sitting on a toilet, but do you know how often I use my phone for games? Not a lot. It's mostly just for talking to people. It's a nice novelty, and games like Fortnite and PUBG tried it, and I guess some people use it somewhere, but most people would rather play those games on their PCs, because you're limited with what you can do with a phone. First of all, you have to buy a better phone just to make sure you can play the actual game so it's not droppy. Second, the controls. I mean, you just have a screen that you have to tap on. That means you're limiting how much of the game you can actually see when you could just have a big ass monitor in front of your screen. None of it just makes sense. You're basically trying to backtrack on the gaming experience by making it worse when we have functional machines that are designed to do that. So now we have this phone game that's coming out, and people have asked, is a possibility that we'll play on PC? Nope, only for phones. Obviously made for the Asian market. Second, NetEase. Take a look at NetEase as a company because a lot of people are learning about them probably the first time because most people never really heard about them. It's a Chinese company as far as we know, and they've done games before for mobile. Taking a look at more of their games, apparently they already have a game that looks like Diablo reskinned, or at least Diablo looks like a reskin for their game that they presented on the show floor. It looks very similar, the UI is very similar. Blizzard stated that they built the game from bottom up, but when you take a look at how close those games look, maybe Blizzard did use a lot of the proprietary stuff that everybody in the mother uses for the UI for all their games, but it just feels more like a cash grab regardless. Whether they build it from bottom up, the fact that it looks so close adds on to that feeling that this is a cash grab. Then we have the Blizzard developers during the Q&A also asking, don't you guys all have phones? So they're doubling down on it all. Like, Blizzard, your Activision is showing, stop, I don't like this. Didn't we learn with EA when they were like, hey, let's make a Command & Conquer, a title that a lot of people that play Command & Conquer want another game. They just want a brand new game to play on their PCs, consoles, wherever you want to put it, doesn't matter. Just don't put it anywhere but a phone. And they decided, we'll make a phone thing for it. And here's some microtransaction stuff that you can do with it. Every casual gamer loves microtransactions, and people hated it. Activision should have looked at it and said, you know what, let's not do what they did. Let's not take a good name and besmirch it in phone games. Instead, Activision, what looks like, did is looked at it and said, we can do better, hold my beer. Like, who thinks of stuff like this? This is why people hate Activision and EA. They're just so fucking huge, and they don't care. They just don't care. And then we have the PR disaster of releasing the actual trailer. Blizzard saw the negative response for it. They decided to re-release their trailer. They decided to put it on unlisted and re-upload it at a later time so they can clean off any kind of dislikes they got. People caught whiff of this and bombarded them with dislikes because not only are they trying to sell you this crappy product, when they get actual feedback from customers that are like, you know what, let's just do a refresh so maybe we can get more positive likes into this trailer. People caught wind of this and they bombed it, and they kept bombing it. And right now, as of checking out the actual trailer, it has about 2.2 million views, 13 likes, and 377 dislikes. They also have been deleting comments, as the top comment is always different, and I think they're gonna stop deleting comments altogether with this one made 1 day ago that actually garnered 16,000 likes. I've never seen a top comment get that much, but watch this one get deleted as well by no other than Nixium. So many things to be excited at BlizzCon. Yes, there is a market, but hardcore gamers do not want to see their favorite titles turned into phone-based button mashers. This is a terrible decision on Blizzard parts, no idea what they were thinking. I took some screenshots when this was happening, and you already saw them taking off top comment. The top comment for a while used to be Red Pill Shark, or whatever the hell it was. I have this screenshot on my phone, and they were just reposting it over and over because they noticed that Blizzard was taking down the top comment. They were coming back and people were upvoting back up because they kept deleting negative comments. So now it's just a spam of, hey Blizzard, delete this. If you take a look at it right now, honestly, they did it to themselves. They literally, I feel like this is, I'll be honest, I'm at a loss for any more words, so I'm gonna end this video here. They have definitely messed up. I don't like Activision aspect of Blizzard. This felt like a move that Activision would do. So I really don't like Blizzard Activision. I like Blizzard. I want Blizzard back. I really want good old Blizzard back. But I don't like Activision side of Blizzard. At all. I don't like it. I'd love for them to separate, you know, get a divorce or something. This is, you know, when you usually don't want the mom and the dad to get divorced. Here I do. Well, we'll probably never get that, though. It'll be Blizzard Activision. I just really hope they stifle a lot of the Activision part. Like, take a back seat, don't do anything, just funnel money, and let Blizzard do the creative stuff. Because this doesn't feel like a move by Blizzard. It doesn't feel like a move by Blizzard that I know, with developers that actually care. I didn't like this. They gotta fix it. I don't know how they will. They just need to... I feel like they need to end this product, take a year, come back with an actual game or something. That's about all I got. Thank you for watching.